These two major markets belong to federal government. It is owned by the federal government of Nigeria. And free trade zone is also a commercial scheme, but it belongs to free trade zone. That's Chinese people. We have the one for Lagos state government. And the wealthy place is just the first private industrial scheme in Lagos state. Just like we have Shomolu, we have what's the name of this? Ilupeju, we have Agbara. Those areas are for like an association or a group of people, but here is for a private, and that is why we call it the wealthy city. Now, majorly activities that is coming around there is going to be the same thing happening in Apapa right now. So we are already seeing beyond what's going to happen in the next 20 years. That is why we have 50 acres of land here just for commercial, for your warehouse, for your hotel, for whatever you want to build for businesses, manufacturing in Nigeria and outside the country. So, and we have a lot of companies there. Samsung is here already. We have people from different parts of this Nigeria. From Aluminum Village, they have their own shares in this property we are talking about. We have people from Aspanda, from Alaba Market for their stores coming in. At the same time, we all believe that there is a deep sea port here and there's a proposed international airport. Sooner or later, there is something that's going to divide Lagos State into two. The moment the seaport is working and international airport is working, me and you, there is nothing we are looking for on the mainland anymore. If you want to travel by road, you go through Ekpe. If you want to travel by here, this international airport. And if you want to go by water, you come here. So you have no business than if you have something to do, maybe an appointment on the mainland. That is actually what they are planning to do. And this is where we are. There's a lot of accessibility in Ibeju Lekki. It might not be up here now. There is a 30-meter road beside this scheme going straight to Lekki Epe Expressway. And after some building, there's some building here that are encroachment. Very soon we take them home from where they are. It's still part of this scheme. So there's another 30-meter road there. So this proposed scheme area is within major road. 90 meter here, 30 here, 30 here. There will be three gate entrance. One the left, one on the right, and one on the front. So what we are providing here is we are providing the road, the electricity, and the government have been, based on part of what they requested from us before they grant us this, is we have to generate light by ourselves because of all those companies that will be here. Now putting their load plus the residents of the community is going to jam pack. How can we survive with gas? How can we extract our own electricity from gas? Those are the arrangement the company have been planning, have been working towards, so that people having their business around here will not have headache of electricity at all. And we're going to have a very solid and standard road. Like I said before in one of our estates, that we also have a construction company. Here we have software engineer, we have builders here. And it is not swamp. And I can see that people there, it is not a swamp area. But because of when they are constructing this road there, this area is where they gather some sand to fill all those roads they are seeing. Because this area are seaside area, so they have to fill it up in order to give access to major road they are constructing there. And that is why you see this place is lower than the other side. So it's not a water area. And whenever you see all these palm trees, they are not really water, it's not swamp. Swamp is whereby you see just ordinary little grass without any tree. And you see all those trees are from this axis. When we started declaring, we have a lot of tree. People have cut those trees away. So it's not a swamp area. But because of there is no good access for rain, when rain fall, that's why you see some water there. But now people can walk in. So there are some people that have village behind us. So now it's a project of over 2.8 billion naira, and it is currently have execution block layout, and we are having our allocation CFO. We have already started the process of started paying. So in the next, let me just say before the last quarter of this year, we have our own direct CFO. And because our own CFO is different from the one they're getting for residential, that is why it's passing through different stage. Like some planning is there, NEWA is there. Uh, we have like 3, 4 departments in an house that are giving, we are requesting for their approval too, in order to have this key in place as we propose. So personally, it has execution and block layer, like I said, and we're going to have allocation C of O. It is strictly commercial. No residential. For people that have bought residential, we are converting to commercial. So nobody is allowed to come and build personal house here. And if you have it, it's only for Samsung alone. Someone has bought 5 acres, and that one is for staff quarter. They are having their 3 major warehouse here, and they're having the staff quarter for their staff alone, not for someone that is working outside and will be living here. Just is because of the safety and environment. Because there's a manufacturing company that's still coming here. We have a space for bank separately, for hospital, and for different company. So we are not going to mix them together. Here we have only one gas station and only one filling station. The gas station has been bought, only the filling station, and it's just 2,000 square meter. So whatever you are requesting for will tell you the square meter that is due for that. So if it is the budget of your client, no problem. If it is not, you can come for, if there's a way we can do about it. So we know how to, and we're already having a hotel here. Hotel is not available here anymore. The only space for hotel has been filled up. So, but for manufacturer, you want to construct, you want to build anything, you just come up with proposal what you want to use your property for in the future. Then we know how to answer that question, because you can't bring in what we don't have any knowledge about it. It won't be approved, because we have our letter before you can go to Alausa to seek for the approval before you commence your construction. So thank you very much. Any question? And 600 square meter is 10 million naira. 1,000 square meter is 16 million naira. We have 450 square meter, we have 750, we have 600, we have 1,000 square meter. And you can buy 5,000 square meter, depending on you. But the major thing, we must know what you want to use the property for before we can grant the access. Thank you very much. My name is Kenny again. I'm the MDC of MK Investment Limited. And the Wealthy City is one of our products in Ibeju Lekki, and that's the only project we have around there. Thank you very much. Any question? 10 million comes with deed of assignment and the survey, but you are paying 2,200 per square meter for developmental fee. You have to collect developmental fee separately from other documents, because it's something, the to develop this area is 850 million based on our last budget after we do the A plus two, 1 plus 2 together, it is 850 million. That's why we have to structure the developmental fee separately so that we know where we are going. We don't want to put our hand to the property fee and we started, no. We want to do it separately. So, and we advise, if you are buying, you pay once, and if we still give like 180 days grace for people to pay for developmental fee. We don't say somewhere by the moment they give us the final approval, that's the site plan number. We are starting with the road first, and the road is almost all the road is around 1.6 kilometer. So the wideness is 12 meter. The depth of the drainage is 2.5, while the wideness is 1 meter. So, and on top of the drainage, we are having the pedestrian way, and we're having another setback of 3 meters from the road to give access to the street light. So that is, and here we're going to have dual carriage here. The same dual carriage you have on Lekki Expressway. Where you are now is the major road. We have 12 meter the other side, we have 12 meter this other side. So it's going to be major, and there won't be gate here. So this side there will be a big roundabout. So to access this avenue here, as you are driving in, as you are coming from the express, you are driving inside on the dual carriage road, not single carriage. Those are the things put in place before they can give us the go ahead to have that kind of infrastructure in Ibeju Lekki. I think I've answered that, sir. So what other questions, sir? 6 months, just additional plus of 500,000. But if your client is requesting for more, let us know. We know how much it's, but how many plots is it going to? We know how to structure it. Like I used to tell people, there's nothing in this world that is not possible. Even in the heaven, I don't want to say that some God will still have. Let me pity you. Sir, I enter paradise. I want to believe God. Our God is most merciful God. I don't want to believe there is something that is not possible. There is nothing that is not possible. So let us see your proposal. When Samsung brought in their proposal, 10 months, we will know how to structure it. Not to talk of individual. So you're welcome. So any question again? So I think I work in Alaba for 6 years. We entered that before you can have access, it's we around 7. And once it's 6:30, everybody must leave. It's only the security because of people, businesses. So if you're having the mix of residential and commercial, and if anything happens to someone's shop or office, won't be able to identify easily. So this place is strictly for, except you buy some quantity like 5 acres. You have the fence around, your your workshop is inside, your warehouse or whatever, maybe a staff quarter is inside. So you are the control of your compound. Nobody have access to it. But anything above that, beyond that, we don't want to give ourselves. We don't want to start what we won't be able to finish or defend if something now happen in the future. So that's the reason why we scramble the residential for outside area. So any question, man? Yeah. Thank you very much. There's nothing delaying it, but everything in Lagos State is based on stage by stage. So the first stage is okay. If we should clear, let's see what we want to examine. And that's why we clear 30 parts, 30% of the entire estate. We just clear like 10 out of 50. So they want to see what we are bringing. Okay, what of some company will come and install some very big and mighty maybe instrument or machine that will be vibrating. Or if they bring kind of things here, hope it's not going to affect the neighbor or any property. Those are the things that is we are still working on. It is back and forth. They have to make sure that every investors, because Lagos they don't want to joke with the approval as well. It might just be 10 digit number, but it goes in a long way. Indirectly, people from outside the country will call me. Sample does not belong to Nigeria. So and if anything happen to their structure or anything in the future, they can know why Lagos State now give approval on this when they know that it's not a proper. It happens to one of our real estate company. So they have 6 months pending on site before they move back to site. And one client now called me that he wanted to buy property in the estate. I said, okay, no problem. Let me talk to the MD. So the MD now said they are not selling for now. I said, why? He said, because they are waiting for the approval. Until Lagos State now satisfied that in the future, that place will not, is not going to disappoint investors. So that is Lagos State for you. And we are still under the process of getting it this done. But we are beyond the stage whereby you are going to be panic that are they going to give us or not. We are beyond that stage. So all our documentation is welcome and doesn't really acquire much once you are paying your tax very well and the requirement you have it. You don't have any problem with Lagos State. Just for them to come and to examine what you are proposing for them. Is it going to add the value to the government and to the people of Ibeju Lekki? If it is yes, we have no problem, and that's exactly what we have gotten. So, any question again, sir? Any question once again? Because of our time, I think let's proceed to the last estate. And now, I want to believe in real estate. I've let me say 7 to 8 years in real estate. The only two things can make government decline any request. Number one, if that infrastructure can cause hazard to people living there. Number one. Two, if what you are putting out is going to affect your neighbor and it's not going to bring any return back to the government. Just like you have 3 buildings, you want to collapse your own to build another structure. The first thing you have to seek for is safety approval. And before they can give you safety approval, you have to do something like a net. If you go to all this unconstructed building, you have to put a net around your building so that even dust won't be able to penetrate that much to the next compound. If you having that in place, government will give you approval. So the first question, and it's on the floor. What you are bringing, is it going to benefit the government? Yes. People that are bringing their business here, they will be paying tax. Not to the state government alone, local government itself. That's number one. Two, is it going to affect the environment? Here is CMT. This land belongs to Lagos State. We have this Opic estate along Ebega. This is a proposed site. You know when they are facing the issue of Ogun River, this is where the state government proposed to give them, and it's still on their master plan. If you go straight down, you see one sign it there for trespassing is going to be executed or whatever. That is for Lagos State. So the other side, we have execution. We have another execution which is for villagers to live rather. Now here is still empty and is a proposed estate for the state government. Is what you are putting here is going to affect them? No, because there will be road that will divide those people living there and us, and there will be another road that will divide those one there and us. So definitely in this environment, we still have enough space to do whatever we want to do without affecting our neighbor. That is 2 things. Three, they are giving everybody 50 meter setback. Our own is 90 meter. Now we now add another 40 meter to it. That is 140 meter. So the construction of this particular thing is starting from somewhere here. All these things we are saying is going to be just like a setback. Because for the trailer to turn, that's why I said in future we are bringing a roundabout here. for any trailer or truck to turn easily without affecting people that is going and coming. So those are the requirements that if you can meet up, if you can leave your land to that extent to provide a place for people that want to talk or anything in the future, we are good to go. So and that we have all the requirements, we are okay with it. And we have submitted our proposal and it has been accepted. And that's why you see us moving to site. So